Alright guys, so today I decided to try something. If you've been following along on my channel, been working on the 2-door hardtop 55, and then I took a few days off, worked on the 4-door. Anyway, so I'm back on the hardtop, and you guys that have followed my channel know that I was having carburetor issues. And then it ended up being a brand new fuel pump, and then I warrantied it out and got another stock replacement fuel pump on there, putting out 8.2 psi, which is way too high for a carbureted application. So I had to put a fuel pressure regulator on for a stock fuel pump. Makes sense. But anyway, this car did not want to, when you started it up, you had to stay on the throttle because it wouldn't, like if you let off the gas, it would die. Now once it was warmed up, it was okay, but the idle seemed a little high. So what I ended up doing today, just as a try, the one thing that I was going to do, actually plan on doing, was drilling out, taking the carburetor apart, and drilling out the air intake, little jets up here on the top on both sides, the primary, because the car was still just a little bit on the fat side in here. Not as bad as it was the other day when the fuel pressure was too high. But anyway, that was kind of my next idea. So then this morning I decided, as I had my buddy Jason over here with his, fancy timing light, this thing was getting, I think he set it at 11 or 12 degrees initial. And when you'd rev it up a little bit, it was going to like 48 or 46 or something, so which is way too much. So I needed to put that limiter thing in that. It's an MSD Street Fire HEI is what it is. But anyway, I needed to put that limiter in there for the vacuum advance, which is kind of a funky setup. I would much prefer the vacuum advance that you just put the thing in the end of. You pull the hose off the end of it and you turn it like that. It's so much easier than having to take everything apart. But anyway, shot in the dark. I had another HEI here, and another cap, another coil, module, everything. So I just decided, coil, everything, cap, rotor. I decided I would pull out that brand new MSD HEI and drop in this HEI, which is also an MSD. It's just an old one. But to my amazement, when I reached in and hit the key, the car started right up and sat there and idled on its own, without even turning the distributor after pulling it out and re-dropping it. How crazy is that? I don't smell any fuel, which is really awesome. I don't smell anything. But now the car's sitting here idling. From a distributor change. Brand new distributor. I cannot believe the amount of problems I've had with brand new parts lately. This is like number 4 or 5 brand new parts. It is bad out of the box. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed, and I'm glad I tried it. So I took the rotor bug off of this MSD HEI, and I was just kind of checking it over, and they've actually, the old MSD one has these little nylon bushings in here that this rides on, which makes it real smooth, and now it's just like a stamped, like a little bead rolled in there. The bad part is, see how this one's not touching? That one is. No matter where you put that, it will not close up. Now maybe that's not a big deal, I don't know, but I did put the heavy springs in here, so that should have did something. But anyway, for whatever reason, one of the items having to do with this distributor is messed up. So, because it would rev up, I mean, you hit the gas and it would rev up, but it would not idle. And that's what was making me think the carburetor was screwy, because it was just intermittent. It was weird. So, whatever. Luckily, I had another HEI here to try it, or I was actually thinking about buying another carburetor, but I've never not been able to fix a carburetor, especially a Holley style carburetor. That's what I've always run. That's what I used to always race with. I love them. I know how to tune them. And I mean, I learned something new. And it's, when you build cars, you're always going to learn something new. So, how awesome is that? Change the distributor out, and it runs. What gives, man? What gives? Anyway, I think it's awesome because now the car doesn't stink while it's sitting there idling, which I absolutely love. And now it'll sit there and idle on its own. So that is cool. But anyway, that makes me happy. So I did go to Starbird's car show, not with my car obviously, but I did go to look. I went on Saturday. I got there probably around 10:30ish in the morning, 11ish, and I was only there for a couple hours. I walked around a little bit and pretty much was done, and I left. I gotta say that the car show was a little disappointing this year. There didn't seem to be as many cars there. And I was told, I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't checked, but I was told that the Detroit Autorama fell on the same date. So that could have been a factor there, because there's usually, you know, several Riddler cars at the Starbird show. But if you don't know about the Darrell Starbird car show, it's an all-weekend show at Tulsa, and it's indoors, obviously. But the reason that it draws some of the bigger cars in, they pay out, I believe it's $10,000 for the winner of the Fine Nine Award. So, and it has to be first time shown in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I'm assuming that's probably what draws a few people in. Now, there was a past Riddler car there. It was a Impala wagon. It's all black, lots of handmade parts on it. Really, really neat car. I can't remember what year. It's 63 or 4, I think, Impala wagon. Beautiful car. But anyway, there's quite a few vehicles there that was pretty awesome. I got to meet Joe from Iron Resurrection, and the main question on my mind was, is there another season coming? And he did say yes, so I'm happy to hear that. It's one of my favorite shows on TV. I also talked to Ron, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Covell, the metal guy. He was actually standing in front of me, and he was walking away from me, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, can I teach you how to shape metal?" And he turned around and he said, "I already know how, you just use a big hammer." So I got to meet Ron, and we talked for a little bit. That was really awesome. There was quite a few people there. Gene Winfield was there. I can't even remember who all. There's quite a few others there, but anyway, it was pretty cool. But, you know, it was a little lacking on cars this year. There was lots of room upstairs. I think the rat rod section of the show, which is usually on the lower level, that was a lot bigger this year, it seems, than it was last year or maybe year before. But anyway, there wasn't a whole lot of Tri-5s there. I mean, there was some there, but there wasn't like there usually is. There's usually a lot there. But anyway, so at least I went and I made it. But I've been asked by a few people already what my next show is that I'm shooting for. The only other thing that I'm really trying to shoot for is an art show that my wife's helping put on, but it's not a for sure thing if I can take the car yet. But I think it's in July? I don't even remember. But anyway, the one after that I'm really wanting to go for is Veneta, Oklahoma's Oktoberfest car show. It's always a good show. It's up by close to my old hometown, which is like 12 miles away, I think, where I grew up as a kid and everything. So I know lots of people over there, so it's always a good time when I show up over there. But I haven't been in several years. The last time I went was 2017. I think it was canceled last year for the pandemic. But the last time I went, I took my 78 Cutlass Salon, which if you click on playlists, there is a couple of videos in my playlist of my 78 Cutlass Salon 442 in there. I took it and I won, I think it was Best Paint, and I can't remember what the other one was. First place or Best in Class or Best in Show or something. I picked up my, they called my name. I went up and picked up a trophy. I had a big smile on my face. I was happy. And I turned around, and the guy grabbed me, and he said, "Oh, no, not yet. You got another one coming." And then I grabbed the other trophy with my other hand. I turned around, and he goes, "Oh, wait. You got to take a picture for the journal." So it was awesome. But anyway, I won with that car, and that's the last time I've been in. And then, I think it was the following week, I actually sold that car. I drove to a salvage yard to look at a pair of doors on a Buick Regal, and the salvage yard owner come out, looked at the car, and he fell in love with it and wanted to know what I wanted for it. And I shot a price out, and he took it. So I was kind of like, wow, I sold a car, but whatever. I'll build more, you know. And a lot of the money went to this car. Not all of it, because I did buy some new flooring for the house and some other stuff for the house to fix it up a little bit, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm pretty happy. I'm at my 1,000 subscribers. Finally got monetized, which means basically I'll be getting paid for ads, which I looked this morning and I had, this is no joke, it tells you on one of the pages when you look at it how much money you've earned, and it was $3.13. So catch that one. It goes for 28 days, and so, you know, I got a long way to go. But I also found out that if you don't make $100 even, at least $100 even, they don't send you any money. They just keep it until you make 100, and then they send you all your back money too. But I don't get paid for all my past stuff. It's just from where I got monetized from. But, you know, I'm looking at it as, I knew I wouldn't get rich doing this, but and that's fine. But if I can, you know, go out to the mailbox and there's a $100 check in there, I can go get groceries, or I can buy, you know, parts for my car, little parts for my 4-door. So, hell, money's money, right? I mean, I'm doing the videos anyway. Why not get a little bit of money out of it? You know what I mean? I would like to have merchandise, but I don't really have the money to buy the stuff, you know, so it just ain't gonna work. But anyway, you know, at least things are looking up. At least I got one thing fixed. The only problem is now I don't have all the pretty stuff on the distributor like I had. I guess the next thing I'm going to do is pull the plug wires off. I'm going to change the cap and coil out with the old one. Just basically the coil's still in the original cap I had on here. I'm going to just swap it out, and I'm going to see if the car will start and run. And then that way it'll be basically a process of elimination to know if my coil's bad, module's bad, something in the distributor's haywire. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, this cap, I didn't even clean it up. It's real dusty down in between the contact points, and, you know, I didn't even clean it up. I just dropped it in there on a whim just to see if it would work. But I had to turn that oil pump rod a little bit anyway, because I was trying to get this thing set where the distributor is actually straight. Because most of the times when you look under the hood of a small block Chevy with an HEI, that, you know, that HEI vacuum advance is always, it's always cocked a little bit, you know, turned. So I tried last time to change that pump angle and drop it in just to see where it would go, and it was actually a little bit twisted around too far when I had it running before, so this time I turned it just a little bit. Now I still have to put the timing light on it and check it. The problem is my timing light is from the 70s, and it kind of sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't type of deal. So I'm gonna have to get my buddy Jason back over here with his fancy snap-on with the dial and all the crap on it. So it's always nice to have friends that have a little bit better tools, you know, because they can come over and, you know, give you a hand. But I'll try my old timing light. I actually love this timing light. It just, I think it has a short in it somewhere that I need to find. This is a vintage Penske timing light, and it's like from the 70s. And it says sold exclusively by Sears, Roebuck and Company, Chicago, Illinois. And I've had to do a little work on it, but I think it's still got a short in it, because sometimes there's a tape thing there. I don't know what's under that, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'd like to get that thing fixed. But anyway, guys, I'm pretty happy. I got one thing fixed, which I thought was a carburetor issue, which I believe now is, well, I know now it was the distributor. It's just a shame, because that distributor is like $160 or so, $170 brand new. So, you know, I'll change out. This is the cap and coil I had on it before, and I'll try it. Just swap them out, because it's pretty easy to do on the car. And in case you're wondering, this smooth cap right here, this is actually from a front-wheel drive early 90s Cadillac. I don't know what model of car, but, you know, the originals look like that, and they're really freaking ugly. This one's completely smooth. So you can go to usually like a pull-apart salvage, and they're all over the place over there. I used to buy a lot of them. I've actually got one or two down in my cabinet down there that are You know, sometimes the hoods stay up on them cars at them salvages and the sun kind of bleaches them out a little bit. That's the nicest one I got, so that's the one I used on here. But I've also got a little, this was a chrome vacuum advance cover, you know, a little $3 chrome vacuum advance cover from Summit. And I used my little portable blaster and I painted it with my body color single stage urethane Nason on here. And I actually just siliconed it on there. So I need to pull this back off and put it on that one. But anyway, guys, I'm over my minutes now, but I do want to say I am looking at buying the software to do my editing. I'm going to go with Filmora 9 because I've tried that once and it said it was free. I downloaded the computer, I set up a banner and everything, did a whole video. It was very easy for me to understand, and then I got ready to upload it to YouTube and it said buy now, $69.99. So probably gonna have to wait a couple weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, but I will plan on trying to buy that Filmora 9 for 70 bucks. And that way I can at least start editing some videos. So I'm gonna kind of see how that goes, you know, but at least I'll be able to put videos together and I can do stuff all day long and then show it in one video instead of doing one-hit wonders like this one. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for subscribing. I very much appreciate it.